Barrister Mbeseha, welcome to tonight's Undaunted.
Thank you for having me.
Right, this what about shooting. That leaves me to wonder why shoot randomly. Are there no measures in other crimes you want to flee? There are cars that security operatives use to chase offenders. You don't just shoot, but why is it recorded always, time and time again, that in Amazonia, the La Republic, the Cameroon army, the French army are so excited to pull the trigger? Are there no consequences? And are there no trainings?
Well, there ought to be consequences, but are there any consequences? The answer is no. Secondly, the narrative is not what you say. It was not a random shooting. No. Random shooting means spraying the shots all over the place. That's random. What happened in that story, if the narration is correct, if what we have heard is correct, it's not random shooting. It was targeted shooting. They targeted that vehicle, they shot that vehicle which they targeted, and they killed the people that they targeted. So there was no mistake there. There's no error in that thing. They knew a particular vehicle, they knew there was a driver inside, they knew that they were put inside. And they aimed at the vehicle, not to stop the vehicle, but to kill the people who were inside. That's the bottom line. Because if their idea was just to stop the vehicle, they would have shot at the tires. But they didn't shoot the tires, because if you shot the tires of the car, they will blow off. The car is going to stop. When you shoot at the vehicle with live bullets, you know that your goal is to kill the people inside, including, first and foremost, the driver and whoever is sitting inside there. So there was no mistake there. It was something done deliberately, which purpose was attained. They wanted to kill the people who were inside for whatever reason they wanted to kill them. And so that's what they did. And I think I've analyzed this thing before. Is this new? No. They have done this many other times before. Remember, just a number of years ago, they did this same sort of thing in Boga. Targeted a vehicle, shot it, killed the child was being carried to school. What was the consequence of that? Nothing. And so, again, it was not a mistake, it's targeted. We are all aware, this is common knowledge, that in Cameroon, generally speaking, they have these controls everywhere, in Douala, in Yaoundé, every street, you find people mounting roadblocks there. But how often do you find them opening live fire on vehicles? Rare. If a driver is just disobeying them, they have the way to stop them. You don't even need to go far, because after every kilometer they are there. Even if you are not there, a car is running not even at traffic speed. You have the number of the car. That person driving the car can be identified. Even the man goes away successfully. You can identify the car from the number. Proper investigation will find who was driving it. And that's the end of it. And so I think from based on the previous conduct, they intended to kill those people. That woman, whoever was in the vehicle, they intended to kill the person. Why? Because the person was Ambazonian. You see this live opening of weapons on people only in Amazonia, in Cameroon in particular, but only in Amazonia. We've not heard where they kill people in Garwa. In vehicles just refuse to stop. Or anywhere else in Cameroon other than in Amazonia. I was just giving the first instance in Boya. Far away from Bamenda, this was a repetition of what happened over there. It is reckless disregard of anything called Amazonia. If you asked them, if you were to go to investigate, which you will never investigate, that guy, the policeman, or whether he was a policeman or a soldier, whatever thing he was will tell you that he suspected the guy in that car or the guys in that car were Amba. And since they have the license to kill whatever thing is called Amba, they shot and killed. And so the, the action is going to be not to be punished anyway. Rather, maybe in many cases they even decorate the guy for killing Amba. And so this is not a case of random shooting. No, it is not a case of mistakenly killing somebody. No, they targeted that vehicle. They knew that there was a driver there. They wanted to catch the driver who refused stopping. They knew that he was carrying some other people. They knew that they have live weapons, live ammunition. And that a bullet being shot from a live ammunition will take away life. In the properly organized country, the shooter should be charged for murder. Because murder is taking away life intentionally. So this thing was intentional. The gun didn't go off by accident. It was intentional. They aimed at that driver. Well, since when did the police, the gendarmes, or whatever thing stand on the road there? Since when did they have the right to take life? At the very least, whatever thing they are doing there, whether it is where you call Amba or because you don't have an identity card or for whatever thing they're looking for you, they don't have the right to judge you. They take you to court for whatever crime they think that you committed. Are judged. They don't have the right to shoot you to death. They don't have the right to kill anybody. But this is where they kill deliberately or intentionally, and then their actions are not going to be punished. Therefore, it is authorized killing, it is authorized murder of a targeted people. Who are these targeted people? They are the Amazonians. Because again, if you ask them, they say, well, we're trying to catch Amba. Because in their eye, in Bamenda, whoever can be labeled Amba, the penalty is death. If they don't catch you and kill you, they will look for your mother and catch her. They look for your father or your brother. Like in the case of Moja in Boya, they look for your old girlfriend or old boyfriend that you had 20, 30 years ago. And where you cannot identify him, they'll look for you. So it was not a mistake. It's a criminal action, which I'm sure should be recorded somewhere. The day of reckoning, I'm sure, is coming. And so they just wanted to kill that poor woman. They wanted to kill the poor driver. Who knows now? The driver and the car occupant are dead. Who's going to tell the own version of the story? It's a one-sided story being told by the actor, the perpetrator. Is he going to tell a story that will not favor him? Certainly not. He will tell the story to suit his cause. But bottom line, in terms of law, in terms of humanity, nobody is allowed to take away your life. No matter your crime, the process should be followed. Over to you.
Alicia, I definitely agree with you. Nobody is licensed to take the life of anybody. And just also to state here that I think I also agree that that is intentional.